Family Game Review, and for day 7, we are going to cover Pinball FX2. Now, you're probably asking yourself, why are we covering a pinball game? And I'll explain. Number one, this is a big hit here at the office, and especially with all our, special needs gamers, and pretty much all our gamers, to be honest with you, they are, pinball's universal. Whether you go to a pizzeria, you go to, the local arcade, a movie theater, you're always going to see at least one arcade machine that is a pinball arcade machine. And one thing about Zen Pinball, the people that made Pinball FX, they did a great job. Zen Studios did a phenomenal job. They started off with basic pinball tables, and as they got licensing, from the Marvel universe and, Star Wars and so forth, they started to bring out really high quality digital pinball games. And, one of the big things about it was the fact that, we were talking about patterns yesterday with Pac-Man's CE2 and Miss Pac-Man. A lot of these games actually look a lot better on the screen than I expected. And not only that, this is one of those types of, situations where when we're having like our special needs testing and so forth, a lot of the gamers actually enjoyed playing the pinball tables. It's because of the rhythmic activity that's going on, the lights flashing and so forth. We thought at first it would be too much of a sensory overload because of everything that's going on at once. But, when they formulate how to hit the ball from the, the hammers, and everything felt like right to them. And it was just amazing just to see kids that have never seen a physical pinball machine before pick up the Xbox controller and play pinball without any problems. Like, they understood everything. The running joke was Camille and I were talking about, like, she didn't even know that there were objectives on the table. As you're growing up, your objective is just to hit the ball and, make sure it doesn't go into the gutter and, you lose the ball. But she was not even aware of the fact that there are objectives, like you have to hit certain ramps at certain points and so forth. And that was kind of a shock because, I even said to her, like, yeah, I wasn't aware of it either. As a kid, you're playing pinball and so forth, and you're trying to keep the ball in play as long as you can. But enough of that old talk. But this game is actually a really big hit amongst the autism community, as well as the fact that, if you played certain pinball tables from Zen Studios, the Spider-Man pinball table, for an example, which we're going to kind of go through some of the games real quickly, it has a lot of rails, and the rails itself, they were very intrigued. Like, my son was very intrigued when he saw the rails. We had other children that were different parts of the spectrum that played the pinball table. They were intrigued of how the rails would move around the table and how quickly the ball would, like, flush from left to right and so forth. And that was something that, when we started to look at this more and more, we were like, okay, well, this is a game in which, that they are enjoying. And, as the PlayStation and Xbox communities, respectively, they have it both on the consoles and so forth and PC. We just feel that as popular as the pinball genre is, that it is still not enough popularity where, it's enough mainstream where people are noticing it. And, we feel it's Zen has done such a phenomenal job with all the tables. When you see the Spider-Man table in a moment, you're going to see how well they use the licensing, how well the tables are constructed, and how interactive and engaging they are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute myself for a few moments.
Spider-Man.
And I am going to play the Spider-Man table real quickly. And as you can see from the picture right here, you can see how many rails there are and so forth and how to interact. So I'm going to play the table for a quick moment. I'm going to mute myself real quickly, and then that way I can go ahead and give you guys a quick peek.
Home sweet home.
Bring me some decent pictures, Parker, or you are fired! Fired, fired, fired!
As you see here, I'm jumping in for a quick moment. This is like one of the objectives that you have on the table. You have to hit the ramps. One quick second. Did I ever mention how horrible I am at pinball? So you're going to see in a moment here.
Are you finished? I am in the middle of a very
You have to hit the ramps
experiment.
to activate the objective. So there's the first ramp, and as you see how
That was close.
they coil around the, the little train tracks. I mean, not train tracks, excuse me, the rails that the balls travel on. Let's see if I can do it again.
Ooh, you will never find me again.
I guess there's like a multi-ball coming up. Ball's coming back into play. And it is a multi-ball. And my ball went out the railings, but that's okay. It's kind of hard to play the game, especially when the bottom where the Twitch notification is, it kind of blocks the view. But, you know, it's still, I mean, get up the railing again. Still very, you know, very interactive, very engaging. So, there we go. And you know, for most people, they don't see it as a big issue, but in the autism world and, you know, special needs, getting the ball around that, you know, that type of railing, it is a lot of fun. So, let's see here. Now, shoot there. Yes, I am horrible at this game. I'm having my son laugh at me in the background, telling me that I am horrible at this. So, let's see here. As you see here, like multiple objectives on the table and everything. And this is something that keeps the kids engaged, or pretty much anyone engaged. The tables are very easy to play. The controls are phenomenal. Like using the left and right trigger on the Xbox One controller, it feels very natural to hit the ball, you know, the ball itself. You know, it's like literally playing an arcade, like the arcade machine, like in the arcades itself. And that was one of the big factors that, you know, at first when people hear about digital pinball, they're like, no, you don't have the feel of like playing it on,
This will be quick.
oh, excuse me, in the arcades, and you actually do. One thing both Sony and Microsoft did well over the years is build the controllers a lot better with digital and analog controls, and it makes it feel very natural when you're playing it. So,
Ha! Still got it.
I'm going to play this table for a few more moments. I want to get on to the next table.
You
So
know the old saying, wall crawler? The goblin's always greener.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to quit out of this table, and I'm going to show you two of the other favorites here at the office. So let's go to Star Wars Pinball.
Rogue One.
Star Wars Pinball. The Star Wars, you know, itself has been a big hit. So a lot of our gamers here love the pinball series. Actually, all the tables that, you know, users brought out have been phenomenal. If you're a Star Wars fan, or if your kids are Star Wars fans, this is something I highly recommend. The table's a little bit pricey, but you are getting quality versus quantity, so, you know, expect to pay at least like $8 to $10 for a set of 3 tables.
We take the next
But,
chance.
you know, don't
And
feel
the
that,
next.
you know, that's a little bit too high of a price, as the tables are done very well. As you see here, all licensed artwork, all, you know, the bumpers and everything are working. There's some hidden surprises on the table. I'm not going to spoil them, you know, for people that are picking it up and so forth, but you will be pleasantly surprised, to say the least. So let's see. As you see, that activates a
Whoever
somewhat
these people
type
are,
of a mission.
I must get out of here.
I gotta hit that target right there. Oops, almost had it. There. And if I hit it, I got 1,000,000 points.
There isn't
So I'm gonna
much
hit it
time.
again. There we go. Second time I hit it.
3, 2,
And I think I gotta hit it a few more times.
time's up.
But I didn't do it in time, so again I have to redo everything to get back into
We're
the
not in the
groove.
same league.
A stronger shot is needed.
Let's try the other round. But as you see here, like the tables are very interactive, and that's what, you know, engages a lot of kids and everything. Is the fact that, you know, there's so much to see and do. And again, as we thought before, when I was talking about this earlier, we thought that it would be too much of a sensory overload for some gamers because of the fact that there's so much going on this table. But a lot of people found it very easy. A lot of our gamers found it very easy to follow all the action on the table. It didn't feel like that, you know, they were being overwhelmed.
Whoever
And
these
that's,
people
you know,
are,
that's in
I
two
must
part
get out
too,
of
like
here.
engagement of the player itself. Also, the developer also, doing a good job to not make anyone feel overwhelmed. One of the better features for families that are looking to pick this up is the fact that there's something called hot seat where multiple people can play. Just like in the arcades, like how people take turns and play and so
Marvelous.
forth. You could do the same thing here.
There isn't much time.
And that's a cool feature, as like we've done this feature here in the office. Excuse me. We've done this feature here in the office in which we do like a round robin tournament type of thing, and we actually like get the top scores of each round and have people like play, taking turns and playing the game. And it turns out to be a lot of family fun. It's not something where it's too difficult. Again, you're just using the left and right trigger, and it's something that's very easy for all, for old and young to play. This is actually a game that was fun, when we even tested it out. We actually had like 20 people at one point where we had like a large tournament going, and everybody was having fun. Nobody felt like they were underwhelmed or overwhelmed or so forth, and it was a lot of fun. And we always highly recommend games like this, as that they're both engaging to parents and children. Parents don't have to feel like they have to learn like 1,000 button combinations and feel like, okay, well, the last time I played something like this was like 15, 20 years ago when there was still the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, but now they could just easily, you can pick up this with your kids and play this easily. It is available both on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. You have to go into their respective stores to see pricing on the tables, but from the Xbox One perspective, it is between $4.99 to $9.99 for a table or a set of 3 tables. It depends on the brand, licensing, and so forth. So, like certain tables will cost more than others. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quit out of this table to show you the third favorite table here in the office. Let's see here. The main menu. And one of the third favorite table here is, believe it or not, Bob's Burgers. Now, this is my personal favorite, as my son and I love this table, but we both love the show, so we're big fans of the show. And as you can see here, it is very true to the show itself, like the colors of the show. Especially with my son having autism, the colors caught him very, he was very happy to see the colors. They're very vibrant, they're very bright, they're not overwhelming. So, and it's not something in which he felt that, okay, I can't play this because it's too hard. He actually enjoyed this. This is one of his favorite tables next to the Spider-Man table, believe it or not. And he actually really loved this table. Now, the one thing I can say is, just like in real pinball, the gutters to the left and right that lead to, the ball being balled out, do play a factor. That's something that I will tell you that, just like in the arcades and, the pizzerias, this does act true to life at times. And certain games, I'm not going to say which ones, because it's hard to say which ones exactly, have a wider berth of the gutter ball than others, and it does get a little frustrating. That's something to be aware of, but it's not a deal breaker, to say the least. It's just a matter of just trying the tables and just saying, okay, what's a good fit for myself and my family. And as again, as like I said before, we're big fans of the pinball series here, so we have a lot more tables, as we purchase the DLCs a lot more when they first come out. Some of you may not want to. You guys may not be, Marvel fans, or may not understand the Marvel universe and say, okay, well, this is not, something that I understand, therefore I don't find any fun to play this. Where others, like myself, that's like an old comic book fan, I personally love the Blade and Wolverine tables also. Even the Ghost Rider table, which they did a fantastic job on. So, again, for families and everyone, this is something that you want to, kind of explore first. Go on YouTube. You can always contact us. Go on YouTube, look at the videos, see if the table itself is interesting. And, this is something that we've been saying here in the office for a long time, that we wish that developers had more of a demo when it comes to the tables versus just showing videos, because watching a video and actually playing the table are two different things. So, as excuse me, as the new tables are coming out, it's kind of hard to say, okay, this is going to be a good fit or not a good fit.
You two have homework? No. Good, because you're going down to the pier to hand out flyers.
As you see, there's objectives, hitting the little rats in the ramps. Yes, I said ramps. Rats in the ramps, so... I guttered out again. initials, but this is just a quick demonstration showing why this is a good, good tables, why this is a great family fun game for the family itself. Again, all tables are different, so you may want to try the tables out for yourselves and see which are good fits, which are not good fits, and go from there. That's something that in which you, as the parent and the purchaser, would know what's best for your family. We always encourage, to buy the general pack first, because it comes with certain, a couple of tables. I'll show you right here really quickly before we end the broadcast. Like, here's a Zen collection that comes with 4, 8, 12, 14 tables. I believe not all of them are available right away, but this will kind of give you an idea of how many tables are available. And as you see here in the Marvel collection, there's quite a few, from Ant-Man to Guardians of the Galaxy to Civil War, the Avengers, Thor, Ghost Rider, Doctor Strange, Venom, the Avengers again, Wolverine, to some more obscure members of the Marvel universe, like Moon Knight, try saying that 5 times, Venom, and so forth, or the original Civil War that was from the comic series. So there's a little bit for everyone here. The Star Wars collection has, quite a few tables here, from Return of the Jedi to Empire Strikes Back to the original Star Wars. Rogue One is the newest table, and they also have The Force Awakens and the cartoon series. For those that are big fans of the cartoon series, they actually have their own tables. They have like the Doom and Fallout tables. I'm personally a big Aliens fan, so they have the Alien tables here. And we are big fans of Bob's Burgers, so this was a 4-pack that came with all 4 tables. And Plants vs. Zombies, another family favorite game here. And as you can see here, there's quite a few. Again, it's based on your preference, what you like, what you don't like. Again, I encourage you guys to go online, watch a quick video on YouTube. You can easily type in Zen Pinball or Zen Studios, and just type in the franchise and see how the table plays. We're gonna try our best to do more twitching, but guys, again, for the Light It Up Blue challenge, this is a great game for you to have in your digital library. This works well with all spectrums, believe it or not. It's hard for me to say that, but this is one of those rare games here where every one of our game testers are able to pick up and play without any problems and actually enjoy. So again, guys, any questions, shoot us an email, reach us on social media. Thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this broadcast, and you guys take care. And remember, tomorrow for day 8, it's Peggle 2, so we're going to embrace the Peggle tomorrow. Camilla and I will have a quick little face-off tomorrow on that. Okay? So hopefully you guys will tune in. Take care.